What is going on, all you Pokemon collecting maniacs out there? This is Ryan, the Pika Pika Papa, and every single month I share with you exactly where I'm going to be spending my hard-earned money here in the Pokemon space. And the fun thing is, by doing this once a month, every month, we have the opportunity to talk about what's going on in the hobby, like where are there opportunities, where am I shying away from? And if you've been watching this video series for any period of time, you know that for a very long time, I have been staying away from singles cards. I've just felt like the Sword and Shield era and the Scarlet and Violet era, pretty much every month I've been saying, hey, listen, I'm staying away from that because it just feels frothy. I felt like there was a bit of a correction that was overdue to come, and it feels like we're in the middle of it right now. But as I said, I believe in opportunistic buys, so I am actually going to be chasing some singles cards this month, which, like I said, I haven't done in a long time, and there's not a ton of them. I'm going to go through a very specific pattern that I'm looking for before I decide to pull the trigger and spend any money on singles cards, because you never know where the market's going to go. Like, just because it's been down for about a month and a half, I looked at some of the singles cards prices from Sword and Shield today, and it looks like they're still continuing to come down some, but I don't try and time the bottom. I try and buy awesome Pokemon cards at great values whenever I can, and I think there's some opportunity for that. And also, like I said, like, I am looking beyond Pokemon cards too. Like, let's be honest, if you live here in the US, the stock market's been kind of shaky. I've been putting a little more money into some of my favorite stocks that are a little undervalued right now, because in the long run, I think those have great opportunities. We've been really focused on our vending machine business. Obviously, I've been telling you guys about that, so we're spending some money growing that. And in the back of my mind, I'm putting a couple nickels away every single month, because if interest rates come down at all over the next 12 or 18 months, and if the housing market starts to soften with everything that's been going on in a macro level, I think it could be a really cool time to pick up a rental property. So outside of Pokemon, I used to say this all the time on this channel, and that's why I have this little chess piece here on my logo, is I used to say, listen, we're going to play chess when everybody else plays checkers. So when you think about what you're doing with your money, like, think beyond Pokemon. All right, I'm gonna get off. That's my dad talk there for a minute, so I'll get off that soapbox. But what I really want to talk to you about is where I'm going to be spending my Pokefunds this month. And this Umbreon from Brilliant Stars is a fantastic example of exactly what I'm looking for when I am going to pull the trigger and buy a single card in a weird market like we're in right now. And this is it. Okay, so obviously I say this all the time. The top three, are really no surprise. I want a big name. You got Umbreon, one of the biggest names out there, one of the hottest names. No doubt I'm all over that. It comes from a big set. I love Brilliant Stars. Spoiler alert, you're going to hear me talk about Brilliant Stars a little bit more later on in this video. And then the other thing I like about this is I don't have any reprint worries. I don't think that they're going to turn around and start reprinting Brilliant Stars at mass right now. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't possibly find Brilliant Stars packs and some type of sealed product further down the road. I mean, my gosh, we see that happen all the time. But I am not concerned about them all of a sudden restocking a whole bunch of booster boxes of Brilliant Stars out there in the wild, like I think they're going to do with a lot of Scarlet and Violet products. So those are three things that I really like about this card. But what gives me the buy signal and what I love the most, and I promise you, I've already pulled the content together, I just have to shoot it. We're going to be looking at the price patterns of chase cards over the last 3 years. And what I'm about to talk about for this card is super applicable for them as well. But the video is going to show you a whole lot of detail beyond this, so look for that to come out pretty soon. But what I like about this card is you see that red bar. This card has reached a very strong support line. So you see it was all the way up 3 months ago. It was up at $56, $57, $58. And then it worked its way down like the broader market. It's down about 18%. But it really hit that right around $50 range. It's at 47 right now, and you'll see it's dipped a bit below that. So it's kind of been at that $50 range for about 6 weeks. And the things that I love about this is that shows you the market is supporting this card at the $50 mark. It certainly doesn't mean that it has reached its bottom and it can't possibly go lower. I don't have a crystal ball. The market could just totally turn and continue to tank even harder. But when I see this, it lets me know that the market feels like this card shouldn't be valued less than that, because every time it dips below $50, people are buying it and bringing the price back up. The other thing that I like is there's been 220 sales over that last 6-week period. Like, you're not seeing a onesie, twosie sale here. So lots of sales have supported it at that point. And the other thing that I think is really important to call out is you will see over the course of that red line, you will see where it did spike a little bit right around the 414 area. Well, what happened? You see two different instances where that light blue bar graph really spikes up. Like, one went up because there were 45 sales of this card, and that's where you see the price spike up, again, up over that $50 point. And then a couple weeks later, people went in and they bought out 35 more of them. And again, you see it spiked back up. But it doesn't matter because it is continuing to try and revert to the mean. And right now, the mean for this card is $50. So even though you saw those 2 weeks where we had this huge influx in purchases, and yes, the price temporarily went up, it immediately worked its way right back down to the $50 mark. So again, those are the things that I'm looking for. And right now, there's not a ton of them out there that are exhibiting this exact pattern, that are showing really strong support lines. Like the market is still kind of trying to figure out what it's going to do and how far it's going to fall and all of that. But this is what I'm looking for moving forward. And there's just a couple other examples that I wanted to walk you through. And, you know, this Mew right here from Fusion Strike, obviously Fusion Strike is one of the biggest sets in the entire Sword and Shield era. Then you got Mew. Mew is obviously one of the biggest characters in the entire Pokemon world, right? And obviously Fusion Strike's even older than Brilliant Stars. Like, I don't have a lot of concern that there's going to be any more Fusion Strike reprinted. And this one's just starting to exhibit that pattern that I was talking about, right? This one was all the way up at $80, and now it's worked its way down to the $55, $57 range. You can see it's down about 27%. It's starting to flatten out just a little bit. But again, look at all the sales volume there on the right. Like, it is supporting this card right in that $55, $57 range. It's not been doing it long enough for me to say, okay, this is something I definitely want to go on eBay or go to your local card shop or find a con, right? And there's Collect-A-Con in Orlando this month where I'm going to be, so I'm going to put some cash aside so I can hopefully make some great deals there. But this is an early indication that if this starts to flatten out even more, it checks all of the boxes. So maybe I'll pick up some more of these. I love this card to begin with, as you all know. I have a couple of these in the collection in PSA 10. I think it's a fantastic card for the long term. And then we'll talk about another one, same set, Fusion Strike. This Mew, obviously, it is one of the big chase cards from the Fusion Strike set, but you see, this was a $200 card 3 months ago, and then it's worked its way back down. It's all the way down to $143. It's down 31%. And what I will tell you is this. Now, I feel like, and there's no guarantee, listen, the market can continue to go down. It can flatten out forever. You will hear me say this over and over and over again, just because there's no way any of us know what's going to happen. But in the past, like I will show you when I do that chase card video, in the past, what happens is these cards reach a really high peak, then they come back down, then they flatten out for a period of time, and then they'll get hot again. And when they get hot again, at least in the 3 years worth of data that I have, whenever they get hot again, they eclipse the previous peak before. So when I look at this card at $143 today, when I see that the market supported it at that $200 mark, I feel relatively comfortable. It's probably got a $60 upside at worst. Now, I don't know when that will materialize. It could never materialize. It could happen in the next 4 months. It could happen in the next 4 years. It could never happen. The Pokemon market could just continue to be downtrodden, and Pokemon Company International might just print and print and print and print, and maybe this card will never get up there. But again, all I can do is make the best decision I can with the best data that I have, and I feel really confident in the patterns that I've seen. So I feel like at some point, probably over the next year, this card will get back up to that $200 point. So again, I feel like there's a $60 upside on a $143 card right here. Huge set, huge name, awesome artwork, like no reprint concerns, checks all of those boxes. Now, I told you were going to hear me talk about Brilliant Stars again, and I haven't talked about Sword and Shield booster boxes for quite a while, but we live in a space where Scarlet and Violet booster boxes are wildly expensive. And again, I'm doing a whole video on Destined Rivals here in a couple days. But when I looked at the price of the Scarlet and Violet booster boxes right now, if I want to add a sealed product to my collection, I like booster boxes, I like Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs. I don't even buy a lot of regular ETBs. I buy some, but you know, those are the things that I mainly go after, or any kind of boxed product that has a big name Pokemon on front. Those are the things I really like to add for long-term growth, because all those have a strong track record of return. But when I look at Scarlet and Violet, you have Surging Sparks booster boxes, which are $249 right now. You have Journey Together booster boxes, which are $211 right now. You got Destined Rivals. Now, I do expect that price to come down once it officially launches, but Destined Rival, if you want to pre-order a booster box right now, it's going to cost you $278. And then, just for fun, it was a different era. Sealed collecting was totally different compared to what it is today. But I always keep in the back of my mind what Sun and Moon booster boxes have been doing, because they've been absolutely crushing it. So I included down there all of the Sun and Moon booster box prices. The average Sun and Moon booster box price, and I did pull out Team Up because that's going for $4,200, so that will skew the average way far to the positive. So I pulled Team Up out. So the average for the other 11 booster boxes in the Sun and Moon era is $751. And Brilliant Stars is just at $300 right now, and I know that's a ton of money, and I know I used to always say this, like, buy what will go up, not what has gone up, but I feel like this is such an incredible product. You got Charizard, you got Arceus, you got Umbreon, you got Sylveon, there's just so many things in Brilliant Stars, and when I look at the way Sun and Moon has performed, and when I compare that to what I could get from the Scarlet Violet, I feel like there's going to be a lot more Surging Sparks booster boxes to buy. There's going to be a lot more Journey Together. I think they're going to print the heck out of Destined Rivals. I think there's going to be tons of opportunity to buy any of those 3 booster boxes at a much lower price. I do not think there's going to be opportunity to buy Brilliant Stars below $300 for much longer. Matter of fact, I would bet just about anything that the opportunity to buy it below $300 is quickly coming to a close. And again, look at some of those Sun and Moon booster box prices down there. You got Ultra Prism going for $812. You got Forbidden Light, and no offense to Forbidden Light, but that set doesn't hold a candle to Brilliant Stars, and it's going for $657. Celestial Storm at $953. Lost Thunder, I love the Rainbow Lugia at the top of Lost Thunder, but $787 for that booster box. Again, just if you look at the card lineup, I still think Brilliant Stars kicks the heck out of Lost Thunder. Now from Team Up On, you get the tag team cards, so that's a totally different conversation, but for me, I think Brilliant Stars is a fantastic pickup at this price point. It's just going to be really, really interesting to see. Again, when we're in the middle of the market downturn, and we've done a ton of data dives, booster boxes, they still will feel it, but they don't feel it to the same degree as singles cards. So anyways, I'm all over Brilliant Stars booster boxes this month. This is something that I hope to pick up at Collecticon in Orlando, because I think it'd be really cool to buy some in person and do some cash deals and see how many I can snag. The next thing, and I have not wanted this product for a long time, and I would not shame you if you did not pick it up, but this Pokemon TCG Charizard Super Premium Collection Box has an MSRP of $79.99, and you can get it at Sam's for $49.94. And if it wasn't for Charizard on the box, if it wasn't for the Charizard promo cards or the big, Charizard figurine in there, because the pack selection isn't that great, I wouldn't be all over it, but you're still getting a good number of packs for $49.94. Now, I'm not going to go out and buy cases and cases of this. I'm not going to go to Sam's and, order 6 of them to be delivered tomorrow. I'm going to order 2 or 3 of these, but I think $50, I think spending $150 total, probably getting 3 of these, put them in the Poke Closet. It's not something that's going to give you a big gain in the short run, but when you think about this over the long run, when you think about the premium over all of those booster boxes that I just talked about, when you think about how expensive everything in Scarlet and Violet is right now, to me, this is a very fair price for a really cool product. So again, not back in the dump truck up, not loading up on it, but I am going to add some of these to the collection this month. And even though I was just talking about Destined Rivals, on May 30th, Destined Rivals is going to be released, and I already have some pre-orders. I've been very, very fortunate, and I'll share with you how I was able to do it in the beginning, but I do have 3 Elite Trainer boxes that I've been able to get at MSRP, and I have been able to get 2 booster boxes at MSRP as well. And I love Destined Rivals. I think it is absolutely going to be the big regular set from the Scarlet and Violet era, but I think they are going to print the heck out of this. We have already seen, over the last week, we have already seen a restock of Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes. They almost never restock those Pokemon Center exclusively trainer boxes. We also saw a Destined Rival restock. Now, these aren't big restocks, but even the fact that they're happening at all just goes to show you that the Pokemon Company is going to try and bring more of these out there. And now, we had it on the announcement day. We've already had 2, albeit small, 2 small Destined Rival Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box restocks. Pokemon Company's come out 3 different times and said, hey, listen, we're going to print all of this product that people want and can't get their hands on. So I am going to be buying Destined Rivals. The only way I will be buying Destined Rivals right now is if I can get it at $200 or below per booster box. I don't mind paying a little bit over MSRP. I'll pay $200, but I'm not paying $278. I'm not paying $250 right now. Again, I think the window of opportunity is far too large. This set hasn't even freaking come out yet, right? So I think the window of opportunity to get this at a fair price in the future is absolutely there. Now, I told you I would share with you how I'm able to get these products at MSRP, and this is how I got all my Prismatic Evolutions. This is how I got all my Journey Together. I will tell you right now, I don't promote a lot of brands out there or other products, but this PokeNotify Discord channel is absolutely out of this world. They do a fantastic job of updating you when things are going to drop. Matter of fact, they even let you know when the Pokemon Center queue is starting to ramp up, so you can be one of the very first ones. That's how I get everything from the Pokemon Center. It's not just, hey, the queue is up. They say, hey, listen, the queue is going to be up shortly. So then I find a spot, I sit down with my laptop, I get ready, and then as soon as the queue comes up, I'm one of the first ones in line. So it's a really, really cool group. There is a small fee associated with it, but you can get a 3-day free trial. I have all the info in the description. If you use my code, if you're going to sign up for it, use my code. I'd appreciate it. And it does give you 25% off. But I will warn you, if you want to use the 3-day free trial on the day that Destined Rivals is going to drop, last time they had to stop the 3-day free trials on the day of Journey Together launch because so many people were trying to use the free trial. So sign up ahead of time. It is, again, it's like $7.99 a month. When you think about all the products I've been able to get at MSRP and their current prices right now, it's an absolute no-brainer. So that's it. Listen. If you made it into this video, if you had a ton of fun, I'd really appreciate it. Again, I got a small channel here, so if you could do the 2 small things I always ask for, hit that subscribe button or give us a thumbs up. I'd love to have you as part of the community. We do a lot of really cool stuff here, and I hope you really enjoyed the video, but most importantly, I hope you have an epic rest of your day. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. See you later, everybody. Bye.